anger turns into action, the brutal gang rape of a Richmond high school girl, Tough Tragic, is uniting the community in ways that have not been seen for years. Heather Arruda is standing by in the newsroom with a look at what Richmond is doing to prevent this kind of tragedy in the future.
Yes, tragic indeed, Tiffany. Police say as many as 10 people may have been involved in the raping and beating of the 15-year-old Richmond high school girl, while up to 20 others stood by and watched. Lights have been installed and increased security measures are being put in place, but experts say the first and most important step to prevention is community leadership and education of our youth from a very young age.
A horrific and brutal crime shook the Richmond High School campus a few weeks ago. A 15-year-old girl was brutally gang raped and beaten for 2.5 hours before authorities were called to the scene. As the initial shock and anger begin to fade, the community is coming together to find ways to prevent the problem long before it ever becomes one.
What we're talking about is intervening in the lives of young people, especially young men, really early on about what it means to be a man, and what it means to be a man doesn't mean being a predator, doesn't mean participating in an event where you brutalize someone, and being a man doesn't happen at the expense of women.
Rhonda James works at Community Violence Solutions, a nonprofit rape crisis organization working with the victims involved in this case and many other cases in the Richmond area. She says signs of a potential perpetrator can show up as early as grade school.
How it looks in the early years is bullying, and that becomes sexualized bullying.
Although gang rape or group rape is not as common as other sex crimes, it is a crime that occurs in communities of all income levels.
Gang rapes or group rapes aren't a new thing, and they aren't a low-income community thing. I think we really have to look at some of our high socioeconomic college and fraternity experiences. I think we really have to look at when groups of boys get together and depersonalize another human being, and they, for the most part, are doing it for each other.
The group dynamics and social interactions in college communities can lead to situations similar to the one that occurred in Richmond. Experts say the first step to preventing these tragic crimes from occurring involves taking responsibility for the youth in our local communities and playing an active role in their lives.
It certainly has to happen from day one. Anybody who's in the lives of children, of a child, is responsible for that child. And I think that's what community really does, and that is what's missing.
As of now, police have arrested 7 people in connection with the rape and are still looking for more suspects. Prosecutors have filed charges against 5 of the suspects and released 1 suspect because of insufficient evidence. In a statement read by her church pastor at a vigil Tuesday, the rape victim pled for positive change in the wake of her horrific experience. If you would like to help the victim and her family, Richmond High School is accepting donations and cards.